One down, one to go today, obviously, but taking care of business in that game was huge.
Yeah, we needed to bounce back from a game that I sort of handed to them earlier that, we probably should have won and didn't. So we're still not in a bad spot, but we needed to come out and win that one. So that was a big recovery, big bounce back for us.
Yeah, you talk about, obviously that didn't go your way earlier today, but the importance of being able to park that and have to park it in a hurry, that must have been important. What was it like between games here?
Yeah, we sat down and we talked. We had some stuff to figure out, and we had a vacation we took for a few games, and then we figured out how to get back into performing mode. So we're back on the right track again, and hopefully we can put that together again tonight.
Does it help that there's not much time between games, or would you prefer to have a little more to decompress or debrief or what have you?
I think it depends. I think there's been most of the games I would say we would like more time. It's a battle and a grind, and I'm not even sweeping. So imagine what it's like for this guy. You're just exhausted all the time, and there's not quite enough time for a meal and a nap in between, which is what we would normally do. So it's really tight and it's really exhausting. So typically I would say more time would be better. When you're trying to recover from some of that stuff, it just depends. It depends on the team and depends on the situation, what you're trying to bounce back from. So, maybe good, maybe bad, depends on the day.
And we talked about, we know what's at stake tonight. You just got to go out and take care of business. Doesn't really matter what's going on around you.
Yeah, definitely not. We just got to win one game to at least get a tiebreaker, get in the playoffs. So we got one job to do is pretty much play 5 shots and end. So it's cliche, but you got to do it.
Actually, it's not. It's 8 shots and end. So this is yeah, it's not a cliche. Yeah. You just made it one thing. Well, I know you guys have been wanting to get into this area for a while, and I know it was frustrating, but it must be rewarding to finally get some rewards for some good play out there.
Yeah, it's been a tough week for sure. It feels good to get a win under our belt. We got rewarded for some good shots. We got a few breaks. You need those here and there in mixed doubles, and yeah.
Well, you guys have been playing this discipline for long enough to know it can be a very humbling game. So how have you managed to cope with that and kind of stay positive and go out there with still that attitude that any game is winnable?
Right, we knew coming in here that the competition was really good, and we could come here and win a lot of games, or we could come here and lose a lot. So we just wanted to bring our best games out there, and we didn't at the beginning of the week. We had some really close ones that didn't quite go our way. So yeah, just to get rewarded, like Dustin said today, with some luck here and there was nice for us.
One of the things that Canadian curling fans, a lot of them don't realize, is just the pivotal role you two played to get Canada into the Olympics with your performance in 2016. And especially after losing the quarterfinal and then having to go out and win 2 games. Just talk about the courage that you guys really displayed to go out and win those 2 games, because I know it wasn't easy.
Yeah, that was a pretty awesome experience. We were playing so well at that time. We were understanding the ice really well at that time. We were kind of at the peak of our game, and to have lost a game in the quarterfinals to Scotland was absolutely heartbreaking. And it's one that a person will never forget about. But we understood how important it was for Canada for us to win the following 2 games, and we had a lot of pride in our play and pride in how we finished for our country. And it's different when you're playing for your country. It's not the same thing as playing for yourself, or it's not the same thing even as being here, So it was an honor yet to represent Canada to the highest degree we were capable of at that time.
And I know Geoff has talked about this performance so many times, and it doesn't show up in the medals or anything like that. But as performances go, you guys must have been so proud to have gone out there and did what you did, and a lot of good memories of that, I suspect.
Yeah, there's great memories of the mixed doubles worlds. We had lots of fun there. We played against a lot of great different teams from different countries, and yeah, we were really playing at the top of our game, so we were happy to be there.
Well, another must win, and when the chips are down, you guys seem to be responding, and that says a pretty powerful thing about your team.
Yeah, definitely really proud of us for 2 wins so far today, and still one more big game tonight.
Well, and that's just it. In some ways, it was a little easy because you knew what you had to do, and but going out and actually performing under that pressure is another thing, and you guys have done that. What's been the secret, or is there one?
Not really. It's just keep learning on the go, and we made a few adjustments after our game 4 or 5 there that I think are starting to come to fruition here for our team. And I think we're getting stronger. We're definitely in those. We're good in those really tight games now. So that's we're expecting every game's going to be tight, and we're just staying focused every end.
I think the value of big game experience can't be understated, and you guys have plenty of that. Do you think that's a factor here as well?
For sure. At the end of the day, the more big games you can play in and the closer games that you can play in and come out on top will for sure help going forward. But right now we're still just focused on one game at a time.
Are you willing to share your adjustments with me?
I changed my underwear.
Kaitlynn says...
Pretty technical.
No comment.
So if we think back to New Year's Day, and you're practicing out here, if I'm telling you you're going unbeaten through this round robin, what are you telling me?
You're full of it. It's just, like I said, it's too many good teams to imagine doing that. But you know what? We've done some good things, and I really like where we're at right now. We're pretty confident going into the playoffs.
I'll ask you the same question. I mean, what kind of expectations did you have coming in here? And I'm going to guess that you've exceeded them already in terms of the record.
Yeah, our goal is just to make sure that we got into the next round, and that's all we really wanted to focus on. So we reached that goal, and then wanted to just keep playing well once we reached that goal, and keep our intensity and how we wanted to play in the playoffs, keep playing like that. So definitely more than we expected, but we're pretty happy with it.
Is there one thing that you can put your finger on? I mean, I imagine consistency is one aspect, and the fact that you guys communicate so well too.
I think both of those are key, and then also just we're making a lot of big shots when we need to. If we do get in a little bit of trouble, we seem to be making that one shot that will get us out, and we're not getting too many back-to-back misses. We're always getting something out of every shot, and that's obviously key in this game.
Well, you're starting with a clean slate tomorrow. You're in that final 8. We know that, and you'll have Hammer, I think, in the first end at the very least. So, what's the plan now, other than go out and try and do the same thing?
Yeah, we're going to try to get some rest. First of all, it was a long run. We have our bye this next draw, so we just played 8 straight draws here with not a lot of rest. So we're going to get some rest and refocus and just basically treat it like a whole new tournament.